My name is David Mickey Evans, and I am the writer, the director, and the narrator of The Sandlot. I wrote this movie called Radio Flyer in the early 90s, and it broke every record in Hollywood for a script sale. And I got the job to direct it, and they unceremoniously fired me 8 days later. So I grabbed a Teamster and said, can a buddy get a ride home? And so they gave me a ride home, and on that ride home, I didn't know what I was going to do. And something occurred to me on that ride home was, I remember this incident from my childhood when we lived on this block. We were very poor, and the kids didn't like us. We didn't really have many friends, and they really bullied us. And we never got to play baseball in the middle of the street with them, and they always played baseball in the middle of the street. And in those days, you didn't have a bucket of balls, you had a ball. That was it. And those guys actually hit a baseball over a fence, a brick wall at the end of the block. And there was a vicious dog. It was ill-treated back there, named Hercules, believe it or not. And my brother was down there without me that day. He was probably 8, 9 years old. And they said, you go get the ball, you can play with us. Now, they were never going to let him play, but they just want to get their ball back. But he believed them. So he jumped over there, and he got the ball, but the dog broke the chain it was on and bit him in the leg. Bad. And I was thinking...
This was your brother?
This was my brother, yeah. He did that. And they were really, they were laughing at him and all. It was a horrible memory, and I carried that bad memory around until I was probably 28 years old, until I thought of that. And I said, you know, that's a good idea for a movie. Bunch of kids, baseball, hit it into a backyard, they got to get it back. And that was the first thought. And by the time I got home, I went straight to the computer. Probably took an hour and a half to get home. And I opened up a new file, and I called it The Boys of Summer. That was the original title of The Sandlot, until the great Roger Kahn, sent us a cease and desist letter. And then we went, oh, wait, we got to come up with a new title. I mean, we didn't do it on purpose. We weren't trying to steal from her. I said, nobody wants to see a movie about a couple of little kids getting bullied by the kids on their street. So what do? And then the answer came real fast. It was, that's easy. Just turn them all into heroes. And it was also a really cathartic thing for me. I know it sounds made up, but it really is true. Once I got done writing it, I didn't think about those guys ever again. They didn't take up space in my brain, negative space. Take up space negatively in my brain anymore.
The kids that originally made your brother go.
Right. Because I had the wherewithal to track them down, but you can't do that. But anyway, no, hey, look, I won.
Yeah.
We win.
Yeah.
It turned out really good.
It's interesting. So there's elements of true story that are in
Yeah, there is.
They're inspired by.
None of those kids is any kid. I mean, it's like it says in the beginning, I think it was Tom Sawyer, Mark Twain wrote, note to the reader, none of these boys is any boy I knew, all of these boys is every boy I knew. So that's as true in The Sandlot as it is. I'm not comparing myself to Twain, but I mean, that particular thing that he said is absolutely true. And I'm in there, my little brother's in there, we're both kind of Scotty, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. But that's in anything any writer worth their salt does. They're always in your material,